To you do I love. 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 Through Jesus, through Mary. To you do I love. To Jesus, through Mary. To you do I love. 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 To Jesus through Mary. You do I love. To you do I love. To you do I love. To Jesus through Mary. You do I love. To you do I love. Tomasio here. To you do I love. To you do I love. Says it all. All right, so we're dealing with 4th of July weekend and terrorist threats in America and unrest throughout the world. Basically, we have global unrest, and the Pope's saying that the global unrest that we have is a reflection of nature. In other words, we're a reflection of nature. Nature's a reflection of us. So if we're in a mess, nature's in a mess. If we're at peace, nature's at peace. That's pretty much how it goes. We're intimately connected to nature. We can't live without it. And I mean, they can't live without us too, on a certain level. Yeah. So I mean, we can police, we can protect the earth. We protect the earth from ourselves, really. That's what we got to do. So anyway, you have all these conflicting viewpoints coming out. Gay marriage, not gay marriage. You have the Confederate flag, not the Confederate flag. You have all these conflicting views that are coming out. You got 1 million people running for president. So it's wide open. Basically, it's wide open. Now, as a Catholic, a Roman Catholic, it is my job to address the issues in my church where I'm baptized. I'm a Grand Knight for the Knights of Columbus Council. I've worked as a professor at universities, high schools, elementary schools. I was working in the church. I don't know how many years I was employed by the church. Okay. And I saw it inside. I had a complete glimpse of you. I talked with bishops, whatever, and I saw priests come. I saw priests go. I dealt with youth ministry, the Catholic teenagers. Basically, the Catholic Church is also a reflection of its people. So where the Catholic people are, that's where the church is. The people are all over the place. They don't go to mass. They don't believe in this. They don't believe in that. they're voting this way, that way, every other way. There's no uniformity, and you can see it clearly. You have the Latin Mass community that is extremely anti-Pope Francis because he's not focusing on doctrine, and they're very doctrinally focused. You have the charismatic movement that doesn't want to acknowledge anything's wrong, basically. Everybody's in, la la land. The church is great. Be filled with the Holy Spirit. Or you have the liberals, the ones who want gay marriage. They want the church to accept it, and they have legitimate points. You know what I mean? They're not. Let's put it this way: you have the Republicans and the Democrats, and now you have the libertarians in the political field. I think in the Catholic Church the same thing. You have the conservatives, and then you have the liberals, and then you have the the people that are sort of anywhere in between. So the proper thing for the Pope to do at this point is to embrace traditional marriage by allowing priests to get married. Married clergy this is the time for the married clergy. And I'm going to tell you why. Because many of the priests that I have come across would be better off married. Okay, they just have no concept or no clue how to treat people, basically. So, they went from whatever as a kid to seminary, and they're just not whatever. They're not getting the job done. Clearly not getting the job done. So married clergy, that way you get spiritual women involved, on the level of pastor, pastor's wife kind of thing. So I think it's time to do that. I really clearly think it's time to do that. And they got to be pro-life, of course, and they have to be pro-Blessed Mother, of course. It's not like we want an influx of Protestants now, that want to get married. No, we want Catholics who are true Catholics, who truly love the Mass, love the Eucharist, love the Blessed Mother, love the saints, believe in purgatory, So, but they got to let go of the mandatory celibacy. I mean, celibacy is there for people who want or need it. I would say at this point, because gay marriage clearly rejects procreation, abortion clearly rejects procreation, contraception clearly rejects procreation, that's the issue. The procreation is the issue because procreation is necessary for the human race to continue. That's why God made it so, inviting to procreate, by this attraction of male and female. The male and female attraction is very, very important. Now, the reason it's so important is because man, by his nature, is not going to want to have children and sacrifice his own comfort. That's sort of the animal nature there, okay? I saw 2 female cats abandon their litters because food was scarce, okay? So I've seen that. Now, for the human race to procreate, the attraction was, the attraction was something that was designed. It was designed for men to be attracted to women, women to be attracted to men, because that desire, that attraction leads to sex, okay? And sex leads to babies. So, so you can, doll it up all you want, but the basic design is there for humans to procreate. And that was the very first thing God said to the human beings: be fruitful and multiply. So, So that's a good thing. But there's been a complete rejection of that by the women mainly. The women are saying, no, we are not cooperating, even though our bodies are built to have children. We are going to overrule our bodies, and we are going to say who, what, where, and when as far as reproduction is concerned. So they're clearly taking reproduction into their own hands, and what that's done is it's taken away the spontaneity of it. It's taken away the really the joy and the trust, trust in God that the circumstances aren't great and yet we're going to have a child, and this is an awesome thing. So the that we've lost that, and the Catholic Church can reclaim it by letting the priest get married. And A, it's going to be good for them. B, it's going to bring more Catholic children, into the world. And C, it will clearly make a statement that procreation is the primary goal of marriage. And without it, it's not true marriage, whether it's gay, whether it's straight, whatever. You take procreation out, and you are missing the heart and soul of marriage. And that is co-create, procreate, bring new life into the world. I mean, no, seriously, come on, what's more important than that? So anyway, Pope Francis, this is Tomasio. I'm asking, I think it's time. We've got to bring it up to the table immediately, and then do whatever you need to do to get it passed. And I would say immediately, the priesthood has just increased, 20% overnight. Okay. So anyway, this has got to happen, people. It's got to happen. Tomasio coming at you. God bless.